Yay!
Yay! Party time.
So, welcome everybody. So glad to have each and every one of you here. A true celebration, everything and nothing.
I still struggle with that one.
Nobody ever gets it.
Mm,
Yeah. Unknowable.
it seems these days I'm having more and more conversations with people or with other consciousness as I'm coming out, as I'm waking in the morning. It's just it's unbelievable. Or I'm picking up on conversations between different people. It's
Cool.
interesting. Yeah. Or I guess
Awesome.
myself. I'm having conversations with myself.
Yeah.
It's just things I would never ever say. So it's just, wonder where that came from. Wonder who that
Exploring
was.
infinite qualities, infinite
That's right.
perspectives.
That's right. And in my dreams, I talk about this stuff all the time now. I have conversations in my dreams. It's very interesting. It's almost like everything's just merging.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah, the
That,
daydream is the same as the night dream.
Hmm.
that sounds really familiar, everything you described, Brent.
Yeah.
It's like you wake up and you hear voices in your head, like, and you're just kind of like watching it, but it's like, is that a dream or what? But
That's
you can kind of
exactly it.
just see it you see it from a different perspective.
Hmm. It's like you're eavesdropping on a conversation that, right? But you're in, it's just before you wake up and start worrying about your own, like your mind starts getting in the way of things. It's just that transition between waking and going about your day or whatever.
Hmm.
Like a radio station.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cool because in the morning, right after deep sleep, it's just pure consciousness, and there's no story, there's no person, there's no nothing exists yet. And
Mhm.
then there'll be some of that time before the thoughts come in that are like, this is my name and this is my story and this happened to me. And then it can appear to get heavy, you know, but you're that pure storyless substratum from which the stories are appearing, you know. And then the identity with those thoughts is what appears to weigh it down, you know, and the illusion of linear time of, you know, but it's just pure, it's pure empty potential. It can be anything. And it's so cool because when things were appearing to fall away in the story, um I remember waking up in the morning and I would just, there was that pure, I mean, just pure beingness. And then I would get out of bed and be like, oh my God, my dad is just an idea. He's just a concept. Oh my God, he's imagined. Everything's imagined. The whole world, everyone. Oh my God. And it's just so obvious, you know? It just gets more and more obvious. It's amazing.
And yet the mind wants to figure it out. The mind drifts back in and says, "Oh, that's really interesting. Let me get a fix on, all of it." So it's that dance, at least for me, the back and forth of like, it's here. I don't have to search. And then, wow, let's document that. Let's capture that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. It's adorable though. It gets really cute. It's like, oh my God, I want to squeeze your cheeks. Like the little thoughts that come in because it can kind of like unplugging a fan, the it's still oscillating, you know, some of the habitual thoughts can come up to come home or be loved or whatever to be integrated. So some of those can appear to still come up, like even when it's obvious there is no me and there is no separate individual, the thought innocently can arise, well, this can't be it, you know? And then it's like, no, you're it too. You come home. You're so cute. Cute little thought. Yeah.
It's the freedom of innocent arrogance.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything. It's everything. It's everything. It's everything. It's all inclusive. It includes resistance. It includes the thought, this can't be it. It's got to be better than this. It includes the looking, the longing, the seeking. That's why I call it a love story. It's God looking for itself that already is self-evident, that can never find itself because it's never been lost.
Yeah.
It's everything already.
You are God. You are God dreaming
Mm-hmm.
and then looking for yourself in the dream.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. And dreaming. You are God dreaming, waking up from the dream.
There is a difference between this, I would say, vastness or whatever you want to call it. It's unspeakable, it's unknowable, and the thoughts. And what's interesting is seeing how innocent they are. And when they arise, it's almost as if they're trying to help, but in their own dysfunctional, quirky way. And when that's
Mm-hmm.
seen in that way, it's welcomed instead of, because I would say most thoughts, 99% of them, don't like change, don't like whatever is happening, whatever the body is doing. There's always, well, not always, but at times, a label or an opinion or whatever. But to to see it when they do arise like that, and to look at them as innocent and trying to help, even though there's no entity and there's no one there, but to see the dysfunctionalness of it. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
it's just, there's like a welcome home. It's welcome, you know.
Yeah.
And I had this idea of non-duality when I first started, when this, when there was a seeking going on, and so much identity with belief that I have to get this, I have to see this. Maybe if I meditate a little bit longer, or if I see this enough, or if I look at Jim Newman, I'll get that. All of those were beliefs that were believed in. And when that was seen through, that none of that needs to happen. There was just this, and it almost feels as if it's like a heart opening. It's naked, it's raw, it walks, it sees, it listens. Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful, Indira.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
does.
When it's
It
seen
feels like compassion.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I was going to say.
Yeah, when what is resisted is what's longed for, then there's nothing to resist. Then everything's allowed to be. It's just free to be. It just is. And there's no one trying to fuck with it or alter it or change it. It just is innocently playful.
Yeah, maybe if it's thought of in terms of dancing. So everything that appears is like a dance, and even there's a dance called resistance. And resistance is going to come knocking at your door every time until she's invited in to stay as long as she wants.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, that was beautiful. Mm. Mm.
I wrote something down to read.
Yay.
Okay. This doesn't mind what you call it, or whether or not you call it at all. Call it unconditionality, consciousness, God, this, the great emptiness, everything, the mystery of mysteries. Whatever words are used will be a story that will never touch this, because the story is this too.
Mhm.
Story isn't a bad word. Story is what the mysterious unconditionality seems to be doing. Once the stories are recognized to be inherently empty of meaning, they become free to express, to be savored and celebrated. A story free of the one whom the story revolves around, empty of agency, can be seen to already be allowed. Not right or wrong, but liberation itself. Being something, this or that. This is the miracle of this. Already selfless, innocent, creative, epic drama. With no need to be, and yet always free to be, as it is, in this infinite artistic medium. Unknowable, immediate simplicity. As it ever was, falling in love for the first time with humanity.
Wow.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Wow. A
Mhm.
live Leela reading.
Yay. Wow. So beautiful.
Mhm.
A phrase empty of agency sort of echoed for me.
Mhm.
Thank you for all of it. That was a
Oh.
particular phrase that really stuck.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Pretty quiet today. So if this is all a story or a dream. I think I mentioned this last time. Whose story is it? And
Uh,
why can't it be rewritten on the fly?
well, Brad, I think I got the man for the job. Siphiwe, brother, whose story is this?
It's no one's story. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Oh yes, thank you. Leela, those words were beautiful.
Could you speak
Thank
up?
you.
Just speak up a little louder, please.
Um,
Maybe move closer to the mic. Yeah.
Is it better now, Michael?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just removed my earphones. Yeah, so the question of whose story is it is a very interesting one because who's asking the question and the answer is right there that there is no story to begin with. Because if it's the story for the whole thing, then what's telling the story and who's going to listen to the story? So it's story that can never be told. It is a story that all the little stories are contributing to, but the main story will never be known to anyone. It will never be told in that way. It just remains a mystery of mysteries in the beautiful words of Leela. And mystery is very interesting because no one needs to solve the mystery. It can just be there, just be the story. And it is a story that will remain just as a story without anyone needing to tell it and without anyone needing to listen to it.
Beautiful. Yes.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Brent, for the question. That was something really stirring up in my thoughts from this past week. We had our last meeting on Wednesday. I really appreciated my first one. But I think, Manny, you had mentioned something about the dream. Who is the dreamer? Who's dreaming the dream, something like that. And it just again was reverberating like is there a component of co-creation? But I really appreciate that explanation. It settles me. This idea of there is no story to be told, something in that really fits for me. Thank you.
That was so beautiful, Siphiwe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
It's like the need to know falls away.
Yeah.
Mine seems to be holding on pretty tight
That too.
for dear life.
That's
That's
it.
its job. That's, what else would it do? Yeah.
What just all these concepts that just keep popping up, like people are mirrors to you. Like, is that just part of the story? Is it all false? Like, how can you change your story? Or how can you guide your story?
It's
Many
just a
concepts.
story. It's just a story. It's just a story.
It needs a new chapter.
A new chapter is just a story.
Where are you, Michael? Oh, there you are. I recognized your voice. I'm like, where is he?
There you are.
Hey.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
since everything is one, so the story is it too?
Mhm.
Yeah, everything's it.
That's the freedom
Mm-hmm.
already. Everything is it already.
Mm-hmm. And
That
just like the dream at night is just happening, spontaneously happening. And just like in deep sleep, nothing's happening.
So the story is not wrong. The story is not wrong.
No, it's beautiful. It's total
It is
perfection.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's singular, so everything is immaculate, total perfection. No right or wrong, no should or shouldn't.
Patty.
It's so simple, and the mind will do whatever it can to try to figure it out. And there's really nothing to figure out. There's no problem in any of this. But if
Mm-hmm.
we'll try to look or try to land, and it's unlandable.
Yeah, try having a problem without a thought. Total silence. And total
Try,
silence is too obvious.
try
Yeah.
having a story without a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to have anything without a thought.
Nothing appears to exist without a thought. It's all a beautiful mental projection. It's all imagined.
But without a thought, we could just be present. There's just presence without the thought.
Is there?
And even with the thought.
Or not for anyone.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think we are thought creatures. We emerge only in the thinking. Can't see that because we are the thinking. We are the objectification of the world. And that cannot be seen through the lens of I am. Leela is awfully quiet.
I read something before you came.
She dropped the mic.
Yeah.
In the mind. We can never know what's going on. No one ever has or ever will. I find that delightful. Everyone is a beautiful mental fabrication. And even that's a story. I love Ginny's laughter. I get your faces and I just get shivers.
Oh, yeah.
Any definitive statement about our condition is wrong. Any statement. Even saying we have no condition.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
you can only know what you're not.
Yay.
It's an involuntary negation that happens. It's so amazing.
The falling becomes a floating after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Drifting along with whatever happens. I fell in love. We were at the car agency getting something fixed, and I fell in love at least 10 times talking to people, laughing and joking, playing. It's like a dog at the dog park. Kind of look around and you see, and then you say, let's play. And I just had the most delightful time. And
Beautiful.
that feeling now, let's play.
It is play. It is play. I was at the park earlier and I was so excited and just in love that I started spinning around really fast and I was spinning so long and so fast that I fell. I fell down because I was so dizzy and the whole everything was spinning for like a few minutes or something like and I was cracking up laughing and then I got up and I was like it was like I was drunk because I was walking sideways and I almost walked in front of a car because I couldn't see what was going on yet. It was so cool.
Damn.
Yeah, my children do.
I remember that child doing that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Uh,
It is playful.
it's so hard to be a human being. I see heroes everywhere. Life beats everyone up. It shows no favorites. Life is hard. Everyone has been brutalized. And they still smile through the pain.
Because
That's
everyone knows that they're the infinite. Even if it's, yeah. And so that's why that initial resistance happens because it's like, wait a minute, something's off. I'm identifying with the finite forms and shapes and sensations and things that are fleeting and so that's when it's like the opening to when there's a seeing that the temporary is unreliable and then it opens you up to remembering that you're the permanent. So all of those upheavals are just absolutely beautiful. They're just all a wake up call.
I had a comment because when you said we're the permanent, and that kind of implies that there's a substance or there's an end game or something, as opposed to it constantly changing. Everything is right this moment. It's always never not here yet. It's flowing. It's
Mm-hmm.
alive. It's alive.
Alive, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eternal, never dies,
Yeah.
was never born.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah. Hard
Mm-hmm.
one to get for most.
No,
Yeah, beyond concept. Yeah.
you can't get it, Manny. No one's ever gotten it.
Oh
Because
yeah,
it just
yeah, yeah.
is. It just is already. That's can't
Yeah.
be attained or you can't become it because you already are it. So it's like nothing to do.
There's no
And
one. Oh,
hmm? No, go ahead.
there's no one separate from you to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
both and neither.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an it at all? Is there anything to hold on to?
Well, if there's no one, how could there be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Completely mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I first realized that it felt like I was jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. Like I even had butterflies in the stomach, like it was just the free fall, it's just like, oh my God. I'm the unknown. Surrendering to the unknown.
Totally.
Yeah, that's kind of made sense why I couldn't find it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The minute we were born, we started plummeting to our own death.
That should be the title of this video.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And I think it's possible to open our eyes in the falling and spread our arms and see others falling, laugh and cry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And start soaring.
Yet we were never born to do that.
No, of course not.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to say something about Vedanta because that I was big into Vedanta for a long time, and
Yeah.
this kind of blows blows it out of the water because there's no ultimate self that's stable that never changes, or is there? See, we don't know, but that's what it poses is that there has to be that in order for everything else to be experienced. And so where do we go from there as far as we don't know? And that seems to be the answer. And this moment, the freshness of it it's always here. Yet if I long for even believing that I was never born and never die and all this other stuff, it is keeps me trapped in a belief system that kind of saves the self-centered ego into believing something, as opposed to recognizing that it's here already, not in a stable whole consciousness that accepts everything.
Yeah, not somewhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the somewhere else is the unending voyage.
yeah,
And when there's no more trying, when you're not looking for it, you find it. Yay!
Yay.
Just like when you chase it, it runs away. When you run away from it, it runs after you because you are it.
The absolute and the relative only exist as a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, what is anything in deep sleep? And what were you before you were born?
And
Objective.
are there any people in a dream? Whether you're dreaming of 5 people or 10 people or 8 billion, are there really any real people in a dream, or is it all dream?
All dream.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's ephemeral.
It's the whole thing. Objectification is delusion.
That's all there is.
Is that meaning?
Hmm?
I think to ask, hi everyone.
Hey.
I think to ask you all are liberated people. I think to ask you one thing mm, that what is thinking and why do we think that we thinking?
If
Someone
anyone
can,
tells you the answer to that, don't believe them.
what do you mean by that? It's very easy
There's no
to say,
answer.
yes.
Nobody knows what thinking is or what, it's just an energy that's expressing.
Yeah, energy there, all there is energy. That we all know that all there is energy. The talking is energy. The seeing is energy. Everything energy.
Which is just a
So
word for something that we don't understand.
what I mean is, it's just what I want to say is that thinking is a things. If there is no things, there cannot be a thinking either. So I think about the thinking, but I don't know about you all. Or I am not liberated. I'm just mentally, I just say this. But what is liberation? And who is liberated? Is there someone who is liberated?
No one is liberated. It's just,
No.
I can say for me, there is no liberation here. I can also say that there were thoughts that were identified as that there was such thing as enlightenment. There was so much identification with that I am the thinker. And then when I really look, not think, but really look inside, there's no thinker. Yet thinking does arise. The only thing that's changeless is this. It's so simple, and it can be so overlooked, but it's so simple. It's right here. It's within everyone on the screen. It's quiet, subtle, and so the attention was so much on I'm the thinker that I was unconsciously overlooking this, and but there's no liberation here. I can speak for myself. There's no enlightenment. Just clearly seeing.
No. I don't know about enlightenment or something like that. But what I just say is, and who is that which is it's insight? What is insight? Is just is a heart or is a turn the heart just pump the blood, and there is nothing inside in this body anyway. When you talk about inside, what do you mean with inside?
Are you asking me? Did I say insight?
Yes, because you said inside.
I would say clarity. Just closing, very simple, closing these eyes and asking, is there a thinker, and really looking, and I don't see a thinker.
No, that's
I
right.
just see it. Yeah.
That
Obvious. I'm sorry?
That I buy, but there is no one who is thinking. It's just thinking.
Yeah.
And what is thinking? That I ask. I know there is not a thinker. It's just thinking.
Yeah,
But
the thinker is
what is thinking?
And you can't even prove that you've ever had a thought.
You can prove actually.
It's all empty. It's all empty potential. It can be anything appearing as.
You cannot prove. You cannot even prove this chair. You know, it's just a name. You know, it's just a definition. You know, so you cannot prove even the chair which you see it. You know, it's just a name. You know, but actually the originality of this, who can know that?
Yeah. Infinite disguised as a chair, infinite disguised as a thought. It can be anything. It's empty potential.
Yeah.
And infinite, so no definite state, no definition, because it would be infinite definition, which cancels itself out to zero. No thing, nothing happening.
Yeah, and you often talk about the resistance, you know. And resistance is the me is resistance. Me and resistance is not two different things.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful because it's the catalyst to waking up from the dream. Just like in the nightmare at night, if there wasn't hardcore resistance and fear happening, which is just the intuition screaming. It's like the alarm system that wakes you up from the dream.
I'm ready to wake up. I've had enough.
There is no one to wake up already.
But that goes back to my question about how do you change your story? Like I'm tired of this story. That's the thing.
Well, like the dream at night. Reference the dream at night.
Yeah, I had 2 scary dreams last night that
Well,
soon
I'm
as,
just saying there's no one in the dream, there's no one controlling it. It's just spontaneously happening. It's just unfolding. It's kind of like turning on a movie in the middle of the movie that you've never seen. It's just happening and no
but is it
one's
not happening in consciousness, in universe, in God, in creator, in whatever you want to call it?
it's just appearing like a dream or so it's not really happening. Like your dream at night didn't happen. Nothing happened.
I understand that.
Yeah. And there's no time. So there's no, even these words are appearing and disappearing, but they're over before they're done. And you can't even prove that I even said that. Nothing happened before this. It's amazing. It's just total, like a magic show. It's amazing. Appearing and disappearing.
Jen,
Yeah, I
I,
understand. Go ahead.
I was just going to add, I like how Jen is so direct about this on some of her videos where she'll say, "Where's the past? I don't see it."
Yeah. Where's the story? Where's
Like
the
right
problem?
now,
Where's the
where,
circumstance? Where's the
where,
world?
yeah, where's anything? There's just
Yeah.
the simplicity of just this.
Yeah. And it's total perfection. Nothing needs to change. Yeah. It's so interesting because when the resistance involuntarily stops, kind of like the slingshot where it pulls back so far with resistance and then pow, it hits the target and it just which is like this involuntary surrender, this involuntary fuck it, I can't get this. And then it's seen that, oh my gosh, it's already this and it's always been this. And there was nothing that needed to happen. But it's also like when there's no resistance, there's no more trying to change it or no more trying to fuck with it. So it's like, it's almost like everything's working out perfect, because it's like you're not butting up against it saying, oh, it should be this way or shouldn't be that way or, and it's just flowing. It's just flowing without. And it's almost like, I remember when that first started happening here, it was like, almost like, oh my God, everything's working out. It's almost like it appears that everything's manifesting the way, you want it because you're not all busy in the mind of it should be this way or shouldn't be this way. It's just all happening.
I had heard a concept this week that which kind of resonated with me, I guess. It was that everyone creates their own reality, and everyone in their reality has no free will except the actual person that's creating the reality. And I thought that multiple times when I first met you, Ginny, is I'm like, the way that you were talking and the things that I had experienced using substance. And I'm just wondering, why was that? Why did I experience it? Why? What was trying to be, what was I trying to learn or show or dream or think of? And I thought, maybe she's waking up, maybe she's woken up in my reality. It's it
It's all
humbling.
you. It's all you talking to yourself.
I understand. Yeah, I understand that.
I mean, you're looking
But
at
you,
all of these faces on the screen are you appearing as your God dreaming this, and it's not even real. It's not even really happening because you're invisible and you're formless and you're infinite in disguise as all of these faces on the screen.
did you say
So
my God?
no, you are God.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
yeah.
didn't say more.
That's the thing. Like,
Not separate.
how can you, if you are God, if you are
Mm.
unconditional love, if you're everything, how can you not control your own? Or when does it end? When do you tap out? When do you tap out? Because this all started when I wanted to tap out. Like I wanted to end my life, and I cried out for help and I asked for the truth, and then that's when this started.
Brent, Brent, when does an apple fall from the tree?
When it's ready. I don't know. I'm sure there's a
Nobody
scientific
knows.
explanation.
Nobody knows when the time is right. It just happens.
Because there's no doer already. There's no one doing it. And you're not even in the body. You're not even
I
the character Brent.
No, I understand that because I've experienced it. Like And another thing was when I was sleeping last night in that well, I could call it a intermediate zone. A flashback came to when I experienced being just consciousness and that shimmering mirror in front of me. And on the other side was this 3D life, but on the side that I was on, you couldn't touch that side. But the other side, it's like a reverse mirror. You can, like, it's this, which we can touch. It's like the opposite of what we would see here as a mirror. You can't touch anything in a mirror that you can touch this, what we've got here. But when I was there, and it was also like when you do psychedelic, everything is in motion. Everything you can see it undulating, and that was just like that shimmering mirror. So
It's
why was I
immediate.
shown that? Why was I shown that?
And the under with the psychedelics, it's the same as like not resisting. Everything's immediate and intimate. You know, it's just like now, you know, it's
Mhm.
this. And there's no illusion of or filter of you know, no illusion of subject object. So it's just
But if you can't control it, that's just not fun.
Or
Like I
is it?
said, like earlier, I just, there's your imagination. If you can think of, it's just, that's the fun stuff I want to do.
Mhm.
When you can think of it in your imagination, that means that it's available to you, I would assume, because everything is here, right now. How can you tap into it?
well, trying.
Why am I,
Trying is
because I'm
resisting.
trying. I
Yeah.
know, but
Trying is resisting.
Yeah,
It's
that's it.
implying it's implying you're not it.
Oh, Brent, I would love to talk to you sometime. I feel like our stories are so much alike,
yeah,
honestly. Yeah.
I understand the resistance, and it's like I'm bumping up against, it's like, come on, just
It
let
it
go, just let go, let go, let
Yeah.
go. You're right there.
it ended in futility, crashing and burning, in disappointment and exhaustion. And then it was like nothing left to fight. It's this,
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
and nothing better. This is what it is. Very sober.
Mm.
So only a thought says it shouldn't be this way.
For years, we seek things that exist only as our own ideas. It's a goose egg in a bottle or a cat in a box. It's a conceptual,
It
conceptual.
is. It is sensual.
It is consensual conundrum. It exists only as thought. We're struggling. Thought is struggling against thought. It's just an unwinnable battle. Uh, we ask why, and it's like saying, why the moon? Um, it seems to collapse of its own weight after times, and sometimes it doesn't. No one knows what happens, or what the catalyst, or if there is a catalyst. But something can fundamentally change one's perspective of the world. Um, it seems to occur quite often with exhaustion. When the goose egg in the bottle is realized it never existed, it was only struggling against ideas. Um, After the collapse, there's laughter and crying. Here's a struggle and an intellectual battle that it seems to me a fight between the two hemispheres of the brain. Um, it's just it's just all in this beautiful, objectifying brain, this storm. Only a few wonder why. My wife, I ask her, don't you ever wonder what's going on, who you were, who you are? years ago I asked her, she said, no, only a few blessed or damned with this.
That's beautiful. Yeah, my family's like that too. They have no interest in, I mean, they're just fine with their stuff. Yeah.
Could you imagine making a normal person sit through this Zoom?
What the hell are we talking about?
Uh, love to hear Andrea's voice. Andrea's, she's,
Hi, so nice to be here. I've seen
Hi,
all of you in numerous Zoom meetings, so it's nice to be here.
welcome.
Yay!
Thank
I love
you.
your post, friend. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yay.
What's coming up for me is like you're talking a lot about thoughts and the mind and the brain, but for me, it's so much in the body. Like the resistance is so visceral, like physical, and that's the hardest part to work with. I feel like because it's like so.
That's what we're running from. We're running from the visceral sensations of fear and shame or guilt or whatever it may be, anger. And we're used to dissociating and going to the mind to tell a story, to try to strategize and understand. But really, it's all right here, just this alive vulnerability. I mean, that's it.
Intense.
Yes.
Yeah. It's beautiful. And I see that contraction as the intuition waking you up from the dream. It's like the alarm clock and it's alerting, error, this isn't separate, this isn't real, this isn't happening. Even fear, I feel like, is misunderstood or misinterpreted as separation, but I see fear as alarm clock, intuition saying, no, alert, alert. You can notice if there's a divided thought or a separate thought that you're identifying, that's when it starts, the fear startup. And so it's like alerting the system that this isn't separate, this isn't real, it's not happening. So it's actually your friend. It's like a tool. It's so cool. And just like the nightmare at night, that squeezing and that fear and all the shit, that's what wakes you up. It shakes you out of it. So that's all it is. It's beautiful. It's intuitive and it's just alerting. And if you sit there, if you close your eyes and focus pure attention on the sensation without thought, it comes home, it dissolves, it neutralizes. It's amazing.
Yes,
It just wants to come home. Yeah.
Yes, that's the great surprise.
And I can relate, Andrea, to what you just shared. As that was just so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Emotions are so fucking raw, man. I mean, sadness happens here. Anger happens here. Just last week, there was just sadness happening, just sadness coming through. And it wasn't thought, but it was like an automatic pull to just sit with it. And I was actually, there was an enjoyment of it because there was no resistance. And so there was more attention on the tears and it felt so warm. The face was just so warm and the tears fell down and the heart. And there was just this, if intuition could speak, it would be like, just, it's okay. It has no words, but I mean, we're just humans, for God's sakes. How are we going to talk about this? And so, but what you said is so true because that still happens here. And it happened in the seeming life of Indira. But what was avoided was this addiction to, it shouldn't be happening. Addiction to that thought system, it shouldn't be happening. And so that's where it felt so solid and it felt wrong. And now there isn't even any of that. Nothing, it's not good or bad. There's no judgment. There's just raw and feeling. And like I said, the face was just so warm and the tears and it turned into peace. I mean, not that it felt so peaceful. There was no resistance. It was like
it's very intimate. Like it's pure intimacy with what's there.
It is. Yeah. It's amazing when it's allowed to be, when it's allowed to be there, it's just free. It's and it's full on. And yeah.
It's just a resonance with what's already happening.
It's like becoming used to being naked in the mall.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Michael Markham. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are you a
Speaking
mall
of
stricker?
malls, Michael, I think like me, you're born Jewish, but you'd make a great Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Have anything to share, Amar? Omar?
I think I'm more left.
Okay. Or anybody else that didn't share?
What about Addie? Did she share?
Hi.
Yay! You got
Yay.
a microphone.
Cool.
Right now there's a lot of just laziness. Just wanting to watch TikToks and just I don't know, do nothing. Hang out with my dog.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
You're so enlightened, Daddy.
I know.
No, I'm
The
not.
most
Shut up.
enlightened of all.
Jesus.
That's it.
I'm
That's it
serious.
right there.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's my life too. I just watch YouTube all day. And I'm like, how is this? How is the person on the screen telling me it's describing my life? It's telling me what's going to happen. Then I just realize it's just me talking to me. But
So
Okay.
that's the
Yeah.
cosmic joke. I just want to say, Addie, that's the cosmic joke, Brent. It's
yeah,
just you talking to you.
Mm. Mm.
well, I would love to have myself give me, I don't know, some money, good job.
Each of us,
Yeah, it's
uh,
interesting.
we are each a unique YouTube channel. I think we're alone in our universe of memories. Ultimately alone. That's our deepest fear. Um, no one is privy to our world. Um, I think once that's embraced, we see all humans as alone, struggling in their own world. And somehow, to me, that's love. Um, a compassion for the human condition, a joy for our uniqueness, our ability to introspect and see beauty, experience love, experience sorrow, and know that we're experiencing sorrow. That's the gift of objectification, the gift of language. I think the only place we touch is the shared language. This great chasm between us can never be crossed except with words. And I find that lovely.
Beautiful.
Yay.
Yay. Addie, were you going to say something?
I'm just gonna say it's all bullshit.
Yay.
Perfect.
We're just telling riddles.
Don't tell that to your teachers.
They'll get really mad. They'll be like, especially if I use shit, they'll be like, "Oh my god."
Oh gosh.
Oh, do wait. Let me show them. Wait. Ooh.
Cool.
That's it. That's enlightenment.
I know, that's it. Case closed.
Yeah. Siphiwe, brother, you got anything for us?
Oh, thank you, everyone who's sharing. It's beautiful. The emptiness in words and saying things. just for a moment. It's so beautiful. And the no restriction in saying anything is allowed. Yeah, just like Ari was shouting bullshit. Yeah, the fact that any word is the same. It's there is no supreme words or a better word than others. It's so beautiful. And seeing that even resistance appears like that, even fear appears like that. It's not that positive emotions are better than negative emotions. All is allowed. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we remain children, that curiosity remains. There's always what if, there's always why, these questions. And that's so beautiful when you see that maybe there won't be answers to these questions, but that's fine as well, if that's the case.
Lovely.
How beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Where do you live?
I'm in South Africa.
Ah, wonderful. South Africa.
Yeah, he has a YouTube station as well
Ah.
and a podcast. Yay.
What
Beautiful.
happened? Did you have a catharsis, a breakdown or breakthrough? What happened to you?
I have no idea.
Good answer.
No idea.
That's it.
No story.
Yeah. The answer is why. That's the answer.
Mhm.
Siphiwe, I liked on your latest podcast, you said this story remains untellable and unspeakable.
You know, everyone is looking for the story of life. What is the story of life? And what is asking if it's not life?
Beautiful. I love that.
Come here. Let's hug it out.
Ah, he wants to wrestle you.
Yeah. That's cute.
I wish to ask a question.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Ginny had said there is no hierarchy. Usually we put Jesus Christ, Krishna at the top, and then the teachers, and then the seekers, and then ordinary people, and then the criminals, lost. But Guinea said there is no hierarchy.
Yeah,
So,
the
can we
seekers and the seekers and the criminals are Krishna.
Yay.
yeah.
I would say
So-
it's both a hierarchy and no hierarchy together. So they're balanced perfectly.
Appearing is everything.
Yeah, including the bad stuff. That's why often Krishna is pictured dancing on a serpent because Krishna and the serpent are not two.
or do you mean in a film, for example, the villain and the hero has the same importance, has the same importance.
Yeah, it's
The
the same.
villain, the villain is no better than the
Yeah,
than
equal.
the
Equal.
villain.
Yeah.
They're
And
all equal.
yeah,
They are all equal in the sense that all of them are important in the film.
yeah,
They,
none are important because all of them are important.
Yeah, they have the same importance.
Yeah.
It's so paradoxal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's singular. So it can appear that everything contradicts. It's playful. But then if it's singular, there is no paradox.
Oh, crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It just swallows everything whole. It's like swallows itself like a Taurus.
So that's why every time you think you know something, like, you're trying to grab hold of something, right, Brent? When you're seeking, you're looking for the truth. And everything what you begin to notice is slips through your fingers like sand. Every concept, every belief.
Oh, I think Brent has his hand up.
no,
Hmm.
no, I was just playing with my fingers.
He was flicking us off.
No, 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 no. No, the mind is going a mile a
Addie
minute.
did. Look, Addie just flicked us off.
You see
Yeah,
a hand icon on this picture though?
Oh, is it?
I don't see it.
Strange.
They're
Just
equal
saying.
only since they exist. Equality is an illusion. Good and bad can be equal, but they don't exist. Everything exists only in its name. There are no things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of it's happening. It's
Oh, and yet we're still here. I think after the emptiness, we remain. We're still here after all the conceptual conundrums and after the war.
after all the beliefs burn up in the dumpster fire.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
The play appears to go on.
Yeah.
Years to go on. Spontaneous. It's a Dixieland jazz, spontaneous arising, everything arising out of everything.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Everyone playing their part so beautifully.
Yeah.
Off of each other's apparent performance. Light on light, Rumi calls it. Light on light.
Beautiful.
You're beautiful, Ginny.
Oh, you are. Thank you. You are.
We can't see our own beauty because we are it. You could see yourself through my eyes, through our eyes, you would fall to the ground.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow.
You charmer.
That's beautiful.
You're all that beautiful, beautiful humanity, seething, sensuous humanity.
Mm-hmm.
You're that long. Every species has a built-in obsolescence. And when we're gone, love and beauty will disappear with us.
Mm-hmm.
Universe sight of itself.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Mm.
Having a love affair with itself. A
Oh,
temporary love affair.
oh.
There is no beauty. Beauty is just in along like a dog that the mother said or the society said that that is beautiful. And that's why now we see the thing beautiful or likely both are bullshit.
Beautiful.
And yet,
Yeah.
And rainbows. It exists only in the brain. There's nothing beautiful about a waterfall. It's just water and rocks.
You can watch it yourself, you can find the brain.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is
Plus-
there a brain? I wonder just.
Yeah, you don't know if you have a brain unless you cut the head open and look at it. And if you did that, you'd have to look in the mirror, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, yes.
Yeah, this is the eternal lie that can never see itself.
Mhm. Yeah, you can't get outside of this to be separate to know it.
Mm.
I noticed that the Malcolm speak a lot about seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary.
Mm. Yes, I can see it in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Extraordinary beauty. A universe of memories swirling through a vast void. God, I think about your childhood, the loves you've lost, the pain, the joy. It's so beautiful. It's breathtaking, beautiful.
I think this is what we lack. This is what we fail to notice, I think, the seekers. This is what we should try to do. Try, if possible, try to see the extraordinary in the ordinary. And I try to do it. Yeah, because I think it is important.
If you're trying to do it, it won't work.
Yeah,
It
because you already
comes,
are it. It already is.
but
Yeah. Can't
so,
try.
I mean, yeah, it just comes. I mean, it
Yeah.
just comes more and more than before.
But yeah,
And
I love
yeah.
that. It's going to the
Yeah.
grocery store is meditating in a cave. Washing dishes is the most profound spiritual experience.
Yeah.
It is the infinite in
Yeah.
disguise is washing dishes. It is everything. Yeah. Everything is it. You're singing it. You're serenading yourself. You're breathing it. It's the sound of the voice. It's the moving of the lips. It's the moving the hand. That's it. That's it. It's immediate. It's everything is the lover.
The warmth of the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like the Gnostic Gospel said that the senses are heaven.
Mm.
Since every sensation is it. Every sensation is God making love to itself. It's just beautiful. Everything.
Jenny, do you think really that there is a God?
No, there's
When you
no
talk,
thing called
when you
no.
talk about God, I don't know what you mean by that
Well,
God.
I never identified it. The word God was never tainted for me when I was little. I never thought it was a bearded man in the sky. I never thought it was a separate entity or anything. It's saying it's the same as nothing, the same as emptiness, or the same as boundless energy, or the same, just like that what Leela was reading earlier when she was reading it's every word, it's everything. And Leela, you mentioned before, and I loved what you said. You said every word is the name of God. Everything is it. Everything. And so it can't even be described because it's every description. It's infinite. So
Yes,
infinite.
This which you said that it's every name is the God. It's exactly what you say. It's which isn't it?
Hmm.
And every religion they talk about this, that every name is God.
It's no
I don't
separation.
know.
It's you can call it
Millions.
energy. Yeah, you said you liked the word energy, so
You
yeah.
can say yes, life energy that I can buy, but the God, I don't know. But the God, when we talk about God, there is someone sit with his long beard, and the people, I don't know, pray for that God.
I love the word God. I love it. Like I romanticize about all of this, and I absolutely.
Why not expression of life? Because everything is expression of
Mhm.
life. This
It's life.
talking,
It's
this,
alive. It's everything. It's everything. You are
yes,
God.
life is everything. Yes.
You are God. It's, you could call it spaciousness, whatever. It doesn't matter what word.
And then often you say that you are everything, you are God. That also because maybe it's because of my English, I couldn't understand what you mean by that you are everything. And some other joker said that there is no you, and you
Mhm.
said that it's many.
I'm a joker. Well,
Yes, like
when
common
I say
sense.
you, speaking to the infinite. That's no one, no person, no individual. You is boundless energy, infinite. You know,
Yes,
un-
because when you say to someone you, it's directly, it's feel a person, an individual. But it's still is the me is, I don't know, me involved there, when you say me. That's why, I do really listen to your message. That's why I did contact you because it was similar to Jim Newman and Tony Person because they uh, in their message I have no any question, because the only question is just collapse in this side. But as the story which we talk it's it's feel a story. It's not the same like Jim or Tony or this. But in your case, yes, and when you do talk, it's resonates. That's why I did really contact you. But still, you say that there is you, and that make me that I become a little bit confused.
no, I'm not saying you as an individual. Try going a whole day without saying you, my, his, hers. I
Uh,
try doing that. Like that's, and
Not
if you try
practical.
doing that, that's resistance and avoidance and duality. Like every word is it. The
And
word
this,
I is it.
yeah, and there's no specialness in this. And that the collapse of that is just not here, and the comparing is just gone.
Mhm.
And so it just that's the freedom. And so when I look at I don't know your name who's speaking. Everyone here has this. No one is better. There's no such thing as that. And so when
Mhm.
I speak of that, Ginny, it's like it's freeing for no one,
Mhm.
because we are, every one of us are the same, and yet we're not the same. And that's where the collapsing is like, oh God, there was so much solidity in that belief, growing up with all these ideas and concepts, and you know and that's what was clouding all of this. But I love the sharings are great, everyone that's sharing here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
my case, I just think like this that there is there is some innocence have to be. There is some innocent, what you call it, innocence, which is become dirty how else as a thought, as an idea, as a thinking of, but there is nothing which I can call it. It is mine because there is nothing is mine. The thinking is somebody else thinking. when I see the thing, you know, it's it is someone coming and said to me that
And
that
you
is
Ravan, I
white
do
or
not owe you
that
shit.
is sorry.
Oh.
Ha ha ha.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Well,
Go ahead, share.
yeah. So I mean, all there is just a concept and concept and concept, and the concept is which is make bullshit of everything.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything's bullshit. It's not in
Yeah.
the words at all. It's not in the words. We're using words to point to something that's not in the words. So it can be confusing.
Words pointing to wordless, yeah. Which is the words, not separate.
Is there anything beyond words for us? Can we think of anything beyond the names of objects? If it has a name, it's imaginary. Is there any world beyond words for us? Are we purely languaged animals? Do we emerge and exist only in the objectifying brain? We cannot think of anything that doesn't have a name. I think that's everything we need to know. Everything has a name. Things don't exist except in the naming of them. We are using words, concepts, to discover other concepts. And of course, it's a round table. It's a game. It's a maze that we can never escape until it collapses, until somehow it is seen that we're only conceptual conundrums. Why are we here? What is the purpose of life? Is there any meaning? Is there such a thing as love? All of those are traps that the mind gets caught in. And there's no escape. You'll never figure it out. No one ever has or ever will, because they don't exist except as a conceptual construct. Somehow that
But every name is it's a knowing, and knowing is the problem is the knowing is experience. Experience is knowing. If you don't know a thing, you cannot experience that. So experience and knowing is the same thing as I think. I don't know.
No, a chair can be a table, and a table can be a chair.
Yeah, it's empty potential. It's no thing appearing, it's nothing. And so it's infinite. And you can't measure it. You can't know it because you can't get outside of infinity to measure it.
I mean, you cannot experience something if you don't know about a thing. So you first have to know a thing and then you experience it. Is that not like that?
There's no you separate from the assumed knowing. We know nothing. We don't know what electricity, magnetism,
No.
what water is. Explosive gases. It makes water. We'll never know anything. Understanding is a misunderstanding. Nothing can be.
Yes.
No one knows anything.
Yes, that's right.
What a relief.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it can be beautiful, right? Oh, go ahead, Siphiwe.
Yeah, what's beautiful about this meeting is that you are writing in the sand. You're just writing on the beach. So
yeah.
So while you are speaking, the waves are just taking everything away, and it's like wiped.
Yeah.
It's clean. We can't even remember the first word that was uttered in the
Yeah.
Zoom.
And look how all of them are disappearing. Even these words coming out of the mouth, where are they going? You can't even grab them. You can't even prove that any of this even happened.
So it's like chasing the meaning. You can't chase the meaning if we are speaking about directness. Directness, something that is direct, the immediacy. the intimacy of this cannot mean anything. So when you speak a word, it cannot mean anything. It's just words.
Mm-hmm.
Just word, immediately a word, directly a word. In that way, God, Ginny, Siphiwe, it's the same thing. It's the same word. It's not like there is a superior word. It's not a word that mean anything. Just directly this. Before you know it, it has been wiped. It's not
Yeah.
even there.
It's all meaningless.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Beautiful.
That's the freedom.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the Alpha Omega. Now it's like over and done now. It's like over before it begins. And it's like a clean slate every freaking apparent moment. That's not even a moment because there's no time. It's just timelessly. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. What a fantastic meeting.
Yay.
Thank you so much. All you beautiful, look at you guys. Indira, Manny, Leela, Jenny, Siphiwe, Raj, Michael, Dominic, Sheer, Brent, Addie, Andrea, Anon. Thank you guys so much for coming to the Zoom.
Mwah. Thank
Thank,
you.
Mwah.
thanks,
You're
Michael and
welcome.
everyone. Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you.
Thank you so
Merry
much,
Merry Christmas,
Yay.
everybody.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Bye.
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 Yeah.
Bye.